My camera actually, is it because I oh yeah. Yeah, it's because I moved the camera over at some point. And now we're doing that shadow thing again, you know, baby. Could you do me a favor and turn the light on? Thank you. That way half my face isn't in shadow. I'm still in shadow. You might as well just shut it off. I'll turn this one off. I'll turn this one on. Hopefully it'll at least be a little bit better. Not really. Whatever. All right. I'm halfway in shadow. What's going on, everybody? How we doing? We doing okay? We doing well? I hope we're doing okay. What's going on? Zachary Vered, Unforced Ego, Silo the Great, Scott Pilgrim. My phone is being annoying. It does not want to charge. That is really stupid. Broski, Scott Murphy. Hello, Scott. Uh, same. Giga, Cavalog, and Practical Thumb. How we doing today? We all doing okay? We doing well? I hope we're doing okay. I hope you guys can hear me. You should be able to hear me. You guys would have been you would have mentioned something by now, I'm sure. But uh, hope we're doing okay. It's a nice little Saturday here, and yeah, I mean, I'm just doing my thing. You know, I'm just doing my thing. Zachary Vered, Scott, I've noticed your wife is never not there during streams. Is she your puppeteer or your slave? Dude, she's got a gun. She's behind the camera with a gun. Like, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Um, what's going on, Joe Butt Slasher? How you doing, man? Yeah. These streams have been a little bit amorphous, I guess you could say. I don't know if that's the right word. And it's because I've been so focused on fish tank stuff. I haven't really had a lot of time and energy to put into thinking about exactly what we're going to be doing. So because of this, you know, it's almost like a fish tank insider type of thing. I feel like is what this is. You know, I kind of talk about some of the things that happened, some of the, you know, how I felt about certain things, certain conversations that I know are okay to talk about, you know, and stuff like that. And I'm okay with that, you know. But in addition to that, we're going to be talking about a couple of different things today. One of them is that I was on PKA last Thursday, and I had a really good time. I did a lot better than my first appearance, that's for sure. Um, and you know, you should definitely check that out. It's funny because like I realized like a lot of people on internet stuff, a lot of people online, I think they think that they have this like it's part of that parasocial thing, right? They think they have this relationship with people where they can like tease them. You know, it's kind of like Sam uh talks about this every now and again. It's like military guys where they're like assholes for no reason, and that's how they show like they like you or something like that. You know, like those kinds of people. I can't fucking stand those kinds of people. They're so annoying, you know. And like that's what I'm realizing a lot of online hate is. And you know, me, I'm not at that stage where I can not check comment sections yet and stuff like that. So like I go to like the PKA subreddit or something else like that, and there's people who are like, he said he did bad last time because he was sick. All he did was sit there this time, and it's like, yeah, because I can't it's not one of my streams where I can just sit here talking nonstop, not even taking breaths and stuff like that, you know? There's three other guys there that have their own thoughts and opinions and things like that, and they also have rapport with each other that I don't have. Me and Taylor, we know each other the best out of me and any of those guys, you know, and I'm really comfortable with Taylor, but I'm also not going to talk over Taylor all the time. That'd be fucking annoying. So like, it's like it's one of those things where some people just have unrealistic expectations, and then I think other people are doing that negging thing where they're like, dude, PKA sucks, ha ha, ha ha, you guys suck, I hate you, ha ha, I'm one of the guys, ha ha, like, and it's just like it's weird and cringe, you know, it's weird and cringe. People wonder why like big dudes online, people who get like hundreds of thousands or millions of views, they don't like to meet fans and stuff like that, and it's because I think the accessibility of them, you know, because like I'm sure you could see Turkey Tom just like at a Walmart somewhere in you know where he lives. You know, Taylor from PKA. He literally told me a story. He went to a fucking Domino's. He was having a bad day at work. He like one of the worst days at work ever. He walks into a Domino's because he's like, I'm just gonna stress eat a whole fucking pizza. And as soon as he walks in, the guy at the counter is like, Taylor from PKA? Like that must suck. Like me, like people know about me. I actually got recognized at a wrestling tournament of all places. But like I don't have the momentum. I don't have the motion that those guys have, you know. And I can only imagine how much it must suck when they meet a dude and they realize that guy is one of those, aha, I hate you, but not really. I'm one of the guys. Ah, ha 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 ha. Like that must fucking suck, bro. That must really fucking suck, dude. You know, Practical Thumb is a longtime PKA listener. You did fine. Woody and Kyle talking over a guest is a 15-year bit at this point. Well, yeah, you know, I don't expect to be constantly talking or anything like that. You know, if Woody or like that's how a conversation goes. Like Woody was making a point at one point. I was like, yeah, I could see that. Kyle was making points where I was like, yeah, I could understand that. If I was interrupting them to talk over them, that'd be like, you know, it wouldn't be a conversation. It'd just be annoying. You know, 4 hours of me being annoying. That would suck. Um, you know, so bottom line, like I did a lot better this time around. I know I did. And I feel happier with that episode. The more I get on there, I'm not saying I'm going to be on there like every other week or anything like that, but like I will get on there again if they want me and if they ask me. The more I get on there, the more comfortable I'm gonna get, and you know, pretty soon I'll be speaking up like Dick Masterson does, or Harley Morenstein, or any of the other guys on there that I like. I'd like to get on Dick Masterson's show, if that's possible, but I wouldn't go to him and be like, Dick, can I please be on your show? Like I wouldn't do that, you know. Um, what's going on, Morgan? Morgan Elizabeth, how you doing? Um, Tiny Tacos, you did great on PKA. You not talking a lot isn't your fault. Woody and Kyle tend to have guests. It's normal. Well, you know, again, Woody and Kyle, like they're making good. If someone's making a good point, I'm not going to interrupt them or anything like that. You know, I knew there were points where I definitely had to be like, oh, like, actually, you know, I had to like kind of cut somebody off. I had to kind of me and somebody start talking at the same time, and I had to kind of be the one to keep going, and stuff like that. You know, fucking like that just is the way it is. You know, um, that's the way people are in general. It kind of frustrates me a little bit at times. I wasn't frustrated with Kyle and Woody. I'm just saying like in general, it kind of frustrates me because um, you know, I've found that a lot of people aren't listening. They're just waiting for their turn to talk. And because of that, they do that thing where you are halfway through a sentence and they think they get the gist of it. So they cut you off and they either hit you with something that's completely off base, or they try and like finish your sentence for you. And even if they get it right, it's like, yo, I was talking, bro. Don't be fucking disrespectful. That's mad disrespectful, you know? That's why people like me, is because I'm a good listener. You know, like you know, some people wonder why I'm able to make an impression on people, even though I'm not like a big like, you know, I'm not shucking and jiving all the time. I'm not doing a big dance. It's because I'm very respectful and I'm chill and I let people finish their sentences. That's like a really big thing to be able to do. And most people aren't fucking able to do that. So because of that, like they wonder why people are like, oh, this guy fucking sucks, you know. I've seen people who uh I've like World Peace 2, right? All these people show up and you know, of course they're like mad excited to be on like set for World Peace 2 and shit like that. And they're just the types of people where like Nick starts talking and then they interrupt him to like say something, and it just kills the vibe. And it's like, oh well, all right, that guy's never getting fucking invited back. That sucks, bro. That sucks for that guy, but he probably should have just shut up and listened, you know. And unfortunately, some people just couldn't do that to save their lives, you know. So yeah, there's that. Here's a Scott Sullivan specific lesson on how to be likable if you're not naturally the most charismatic guy ever. You know, is when somebody is talking, just be respectful and listen and then respond. Don't like think, oh, I got it. I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying. I know. I get what he's saying. I get it. I can interrupt him now. even if you do get what he's saying, it's like that's such a dick move. You know, people don't like to be snubbed like that, and they hold on to that kind of resentment. You know, um, Evil Fandango, Scotty too hottie because he's a redhead. Uh huh, got him, fucking got him. Nate Dogg 5303, Nate Dogg 5150. Love to see you on PKA, man. You make great points and fit in with the boys. Keep up the great work. Hell yeah, man. Thank you so much. You know, Gut for $2. Thank you very much, man. Thank you so much. Would you go on the Dick Show now if invited? Yeah, yeah. Why not? You know. So I just said I'd love to be on his show. You know. What? Duh, bro. Fucking duh, dude. Um, yeah, that'd be fun, you know. Smart moron. Are you watching UFC 304, Big Dog? It depends. You know, after not like right after this, but after this, I'm gonna go to the fish tank house, see if there's anything I can do today. You know, and if there's nothing to do, or if like I do a bunch of stuff and then nothing, fucking yeah, you know, if me being involved peters out, I'll be back in time for you know, UFC 304. I got to be honest with you though. Like Tom Aspinall, I'm a little bit interested in him. Curtis Blade, it was Curtis Blades, right? I'm pretty sure it was Curtis Blades fighting tonight. I'm not that interested in him. Cyril Gahn, not that interested. When it comes to the heavyweight division, Aspinall kind of makes my dick twitch a little bit, right? But other than that, it's like, okay, maybe if John Jones is fighting, and even then, it depends on who he's fighting. Like I watched Jones versus Cyril Gahn, but I knew how that was gonna go, so it was just like, fucking whatever, bro, whatever, I don't care. Stipe, you know, Stipe is at the end of his career for sure. I don't think he's got more than like two left, I'd say. Um, you know, it's there's just not much in the way of the heavyweight division that really excites me. Same thing with the welterweight division, you know. I was talking about that with I feel so bad because like I recognize the shit out of that dude. The dude in the tank they're calling Jacob. I feel bad because like he told me his name, but I forgot what his name was. So you know, I'm an asshole for that one. But you know, I was talking to him briefly last night because he said he started watching the UFC pretty heavily. He watched UFC 300, and now he's a big Pereira fan. Um, and he said he did a little bit of jujitsu as well. And I was telling him like, yeah, there's just a lot of fighters nowadays that I really don't care that much about. Like I was never really a big Usman fan. I was he kind of earned my respect a little bit with the Chimaev fight. That was a really good fight. He really took it to Chimaev. You know, Leon Edwards, I'm not that excited by him. You know, that was a really good finish of Usman. Like, don't get me wrong, but he's just not compelling to me. Um, I mean, Ian Gary, is Paddy Pimblett 170 or 150? Nah, he's 155. I'm pretty sure, right? I don't even remember where Paddy Pimblett's at. You know, there's some guys who are on their way up now that I'm just not that. They're just not that interesting to me as of right now. You know, I recognize a hype train, and I'm not saying that I want it to be derailed. I'm not saying that it even will be derailed, but it's like right now, Raul Rosas is hype. Paddy Pimblett was hype. What's his face? Ian Gary hype, and it's like, all right, we'll see where they're at in like a year or two, you know, and then I'll start giving a shit. You know, Sean O'Malley, like an example of a guy who's an exciting fighter, but he just had an easy path to the belt. You know, his two toughest fights on paper were what's his face, Peter Yan, which I thought Peter Yan won that fight, and then it was Aljamain Sterling. That Sterling knockout was really good. That was really impressive. You know, but like other than that, Chris Mutino, a guy who's actually from my area, I fought his best pal. Fucking he comes up on 2 weeks notice, and yeah, he got like beat up, but Sean O'Malley just couldn't actually put him away, you know. Like it's just a good example of like holes in Sean's game that I don't think he's gonna bother to patch, because instead of thinking, what if I have to fight another Chris Mutino, he's gonna think, well, I won't fight another Chris Mutino because Dana's gonna protect him from that, you know. Chris Mutino wasn't supposed to do as well as he did, even with that, like, the beating that he took. You know, he was supposed to lose in the first, maybe second round. Instead, it went fucking. I forget if it was a 3 or a 5 round fight. I'm pretty sure it was a 3 round fight. I'm pretty sure it was a 3 round fight. Um, yeah, no, they wouldn't have given him a fucking main event for his debut. That would have been insane. Yeah, so it was definitely a 3 round fight. Like he wasn't being brought in so that he could give Sean a tough fight. He was being brought in at the last second to give Sean a fight, one that he would win in very spectacular fashion, and then he could use that as a means to be like, oh, where's my fucking title shot, or oh, hey, give me someone like Peter Yan, or you know, whoever, right? Um, that's what that was, you know. Um, did you watch Pride back in the day? Yeah, I watched the hell out of Pride. I didn't catch him live though. I caught him on YouTube and stuff like that. I was actually telling Jacob. Yeah, I'm just gonna be calling him Jacob, I guess. I don't know until I learn his real name. I was telling Jacob about that because he said he got into the UFC, and I was like, "Yo, like watch Pride because you will love the hell out of those fights." Um, yeah, not a big fan of Patty. Love Raul Rosas though, the fucking Chi-Wee-Wees kid. What's going on, Neon? How you doing? Be sure to pull that lever plenty of times today. There's a lot of troublemakers in here, you know. Excuse me. Um, Gut. I'm sure Dick. Gut says, you know, I'm sure Dick would be happy to have you. I'll probably invite you in DMs to a server later today, Scott. Cool, thank you. Um, who wouldn't want to go on a bigger podcast? It seems common sense, of course, you know. Uh, the almighty Jack, Woody is a conversation black hole, and I have no clue why they still keep him on the show. I think Woody's cool. I think Woody's cool. I like Woody because he's calm. You know, he's a calm energy, and like yeah, sometimes he says shit that I disagree with, but like he's not so insane as to where when you're like actually no, I disagree. He's like oh well, I like you less now. You know, that's the good thing about Woody is for one thing like he is good for having alternative views because I don't think Kyle is like overtly political necessarily. I think he's more of like a hey, leave me alone. I'm only gonna care if people come and fuck with me type of guy. You know, Taylor, I'd say he probably leans more conservative. We haven't like done a ton of talking about politics or anything like that. Usually we just sit silently while we play AOE and talk in between the matches, you know. Um, but what's it called? Yeah, so like it's good to have someone like Woody there because it gives you something to talk about instead of it just being like, yeah, Trump's pretty good. I like Trump. Yeah, I think Trump's going to win. Yeah, I think I want Trump too. I think he's better than Biden or Kamala. All right, moving on. Like that's not even a 30-second conversation there, you know? You need a guy like Woody. You know, exactly. Evil Fandango. Woody is a good foil to Kyle and Taylor. I agree. I I agree. I agree. Yeah, Neon donated to my OnlyFans. He bought the mod package. You know. Uh, sorry, I'm just looking around. Bobby Green versus Patty is a pretty solid fight. Leon versus Bilal is just not a fun fight, stats and stories wise, but should be fun in the fight. Are all of them fighting tonight? I'm pretty sure Patty Pimblett was fighting soon. I don't know. I feel like that would probably be tonight. Um, but was Leon fighting Bilal Muhammad? It'd be nice for Leon to knock out Bilal Muhammad because like something I've really disliked since Habib kind of hit the mainstream of MMA is all the Muslims who like whenever a roided out Russian Muslim who fucking comes in either overweight or is like cutting 40 pounds the day before the fight beats some guy who's like naturally walking around 20 pounds lighter than him, all the Muslims are like, Allah, 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 Akbar. Like they're doing that and they talk shit and it's not like haha, our boy won, yay, we like Bilal Muhammad. It's like, ah yes, Allah will kill the infidels. Like that's what it is, you know. It's like it's like a racial supremacy sort of thing, you know, except of course Islam isn't a race, it's a religion, but you know, you get the idea. Like when Benil Dariush won in Saudi Arabia, he won. I think he might have beat a Muslim. I could be wrong, but he won, and he praised Jesus in Saudi Arabia. And you didn't see Christians running around like Jesus will kill the infidels. Like that's not something you saw. You know, I was stoked when I saw that. Like a lot of other dudes that you know that take religion, specifically Christianity, seriously, they were stoked on that. They thought that was really cool. But it wasn't a chauvinism thing, you know, and that's kind of the issue I have with a lot of Muslim MMA fans is they're chauvinistic. They are the types that they just want to they want to believe that there's some kind of power that their moon god, their pagan moon god, and their fucking what's it called schizophrenic prophet, quote unquote. They want to believe that there's like something that's being gifted to them by that when really it's like again, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's, hey, we're over in Russia. USADA can't get to us. We'll either take clean piss or we'll just fudge the reports so it shows that we're not actually on performance enhancing drugs. And then we'll cut 40 pounds while everybody else is only cutting 15 to 20 so that I get to fight somebody who's like much smaller than me, you know, and then I'll fucking 10-8, not even 10-8, I'll 10-9 my way to a win, you know. That's the type of shit that they pull. Um, you know, I do like Makhachev. I do like him a little bit better though because at least he has striking. I'll give that to him. At least he has striking, and he actually seems like an all right guy. Like overall, he seems like a pretty cool guy. I didn't like Habib because uh not only was his fan base insufferable and he was like mostly a boring fighter, even if I had to respect like the level of wrestling he brought to MMA, but in addition to that, he was fake humble, you know? Like people talk about the Conor McGregor thing. The reason why Conor McGregor rushed in and threw the dolly at the bus is because Habib and five other dudes, including Islam Makhachev, decided to surround and start putting hands on fucking what's his face. It was that guy that used to roll with McGregor's team. He was also a Artem Lobov. Artem Lobov. Yeah, that's who it was. They decided they needed to gang up on one of Connor's boys, Artem Lobov. You know, Habib putting hands on him and shit like that. And like what did he think was going to happen, you know? And that's kind of the thing with like people over there. For one thing, I feel like that's a thing over in like the east with like China, not so much Japan, but like the Arabic countries, Russia. Like that's just an eastern thing. Is like, what, I am stronger, I have more guys with me, I should be able to I should be able to intimidate whoever I want. You know, I don't even know what accent that is. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you where that guy's from. But like that's like a thing over there, and it's so fucking stupid, you know. And Habib, because he is you know, he was one of the best 155ers at the time. He's not the GOAT. He's not the greatest ever, but he was one of the best 155ers at the time. Um, you know, and because he had more guys with him in that moment, he thought, oh, yes, this gives me the right to do that to this guy, and nobody else is allowed to do or say anything about it, you know? That's literally what happened after the, that's literally what happened, um, that's literally what happened after I forget which numbered card it was, but the McGregor versus Habib fight. He chokes McGregor out. He hops the cage. He starts trying to attack Dylan Dennis. Gets fucking two-pieced as it's happening by Dylan Dennis of all people. Insane. And then he goes backstage after, and they're like, "So what the fuck was that?" And he's like, "Why are you talking about that was then. This is now." You know, and it's like it's just. I don't like that attitude. It's fake humble. The dude starts trouble. He's kind of a piece of shit. You know, if we're being honest here. Fucking, and that's one of the reasons I don't like Khabib. I actually like his fighting better than I like him personally. Not that I know him personally, but like the things that I've seen out of him outside of the cage. And that's saying something because like he was a boring fighter, if we're just being honest. Wrestling is not the most fun thing to see for 5 rounds, even if it's a one-sided beating where you're like, whoa, this is crazy. How is this happening? How is that dude still going? Whoa, how, oh, wow. Like it's so fucking 15 to 25 minutes of just holding somebody on the ground is like, and then you add in all the other shit too. Um, Neon, I'm taking this personally, Scott. It's okay. I'll repent. I'll convert and I'll repent. Um, it's a crime. Mokaev and Cape are on the prelims though. Mokaev is the ginger cyclops, right? The guy with one of his eyes is fogged up and he's a ginger. I'm pretty sure that's who that is. I could be wrong though. Yeah, I've heard some stuff about him. I haven't really seen him. I heard he's making waves too. Evil Fandango, trust in Allah, but tie up your camel too. Exactly. Fucking that's why I'm not a big fan of Islam though, is because like technically I'm not a fan of anything other than Christianity, but like specifically Islam is because it's the most like might makes right until you are the stronger one, then I'm gonna act like you're being mean to me. Like it's a cry bully thing. You can say a lot about other religions and stuff like that, but like it's just so stupid to see a lot of Muslims, specifically in the Middle East, who like it's so clear that if they had the ability to, they would wipe literally all of us out. If they were able to, they would genocide anyone who is not a Muslim, and before they genocide us, they would make us convert to Islam and then kill us because that's what they do. Fucking like it's crazy to see those guys, but because they don't have the capability, they're like, why would you say such things about a religion with 1.6 billion people, which in and of itself is an inherent threat, right? It's like a cry bully threat where it's like, 1.6 billion people, you're going to take us all on. But also, how could you say that about us? That's so rude. You're mean. You're a big meanie. Why would you be so mean to us? That's so awful. Like it's not. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Happening right now in the EU. Exactly. It's called takia. It's called taquito. Yeah, it's called no, but like takia. Fucking. If there's 10 people in a room and one of them's a Muslim, that Muslim's going to be like, it's okay, peaceful. We are peaceful. Religion of peace. When there's 4 Muslims in the room full of 10 people, bit of a different story here. Bit of a fucking different story here, and that's why, like that's why I think Christianity. We're sitting here talking about fucking theology now.
A few weeks ago, and there's box equipment there, but they have no box trainer or nothing. What do you recommend me to do there to start off if I'm by myself?
So I'll read the whole thing. I'll read the whole thing on Peter_Darker. Thank you very much for the $10, man. Thank you so much, dude. Hey Scott, I just started going to the gym a few weeks ago, and there's boxing equipment there, but they have no boxing trainer or nothing. What do you recommend me to do there to start off if I'm by myself? I'm going to recommend you go to a boxing gym or find a trainer who will work with that gym. You can't really teach yourself to box, at least not effectively. Now, am I saying you shouldn't hit the bag? No, I'm not saying you couldn't. But if you can find a boxing trainer, you should definitely go with that guy. In order to start off by yourself, I mean, I'd say there's nothing wrong with hitting the bag just to hit the bag. You can look up YouTube videos and stuff like that, but keep in mind that since you don't have a trainer with you, you're going to ingrain bad habits that when you do get around a trainer, they're going to be like, who the fuck taught you to do that? I thought you said you were practicing boxing for a while, dude. Who taught you to do that, bro? Because you need somebody to sit there, because when you're throwing punches, right? If I want you to throw a jab, I'm going to tell you to throw it like this, right? Now, you never having thrown a jab in your life, you're going to think you're doing exactly what I'm doing, throwing like this. But instead, what you're gonna really do is like that. You're gonna think that's you're gonna think this is that. And because you don't have someone to tell you, hey, you're doing this, you got to stop doing that. You got to take that out and just go straight out, straight back. Because you don't have someone who's on your ass constantly, telling you to like cut this shit out. You're not going to cut it out. You're going to keep doing it, and you're not going to even know you're doing it, and you're going to think you're doing like a flawless jab. I've had people who I'm like, no, you got to do it like I'm doing it. You got to do it like this. And they get mad at me, and they're like, but I am doing it like you. And it's like they're fucking practically throwing a fucking baseball, and I got to be like, no, you're not. You're not doing it like me, dude. Sorry, bro. You know. But yeah, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. How does Scott know about Tahe? Fucking, I don't know what takia means exactly, but I know what it is in the context of Islam, you know. And I was saying like that's kind of why I'm not a big fan of Islam, because if you look at Islam and if you look at a lot of other religions, it's just a method of control and domination. And that's what like atheists like to say about every religion, but they especially like to say it about Christianity. Christianity is the only religion that legitimately practices like forgiveness and understanding and things like that. The closest to it you can get is Buddhism, but even that, for one thing, is misunderstood by Westerners. And then it's also like clearly worship of like demons and shit like that, you know? The only religion that legitimately practices forgiveness and like trying to be peaceful in a real way and not just trying to take over your neighbor for the sake of it, is Christianity. That's it. Every other religion is kill in some form, you know. Either that, or if it's not, it's basically just like Eastern devil worship, and you know they still haven't gotten with the program. You know, that's just the way it is. Thanks for the advice. We'll look into changing gyms. Yeah, dude. No problem. Anytime. Like your hero says, Scott, it's the opiate for the masses. Damn. I'm trying to remember who said that. What's going on, Impact? But yeah, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take a look at a video that I saw, right? Because this is something that's actually kind of on brand for the channel in and of itself. After we look at this video, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna check in on fucking Fish Tank, you know. Oh yeah, actually, we will also go. There was a little bit of sparring yesterday that we'll check out. There was a sparring between Shadi and Kato. We'll see if we can track that down. I was backstage. I call being out in the rest of the house backstage just because it's easier, right? I was there for that yesterday. I just wasn't on camera. You know, I didn't make it on camera because there was just so much stuff going on, you know. But there's a couple of things that I have planned that you know I've ran by Jet, and he seems excited for. Hopefully we'll get to him today. But with that said, let's go ahead and yes, his story. Style rifle. All right, so this is a 20-minute video, right? I'm going to pause and talk, but I'm going to try to make sure I don't talk like forever and ever and ever and ever, right? Is what we're going to try to make sure we do. I'll go ahead and I will bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. So, this is Common Sense Gun Laws. It's made by a guy who I don't even know. Like, literally, this is the first video I saw. I jumped in the shower before I came to do this. I jumped in the shower before I came. I jumped in the shower before I sat down to do this, right? And sometimes I like to listen to videos while I'm in the shower. And I saw this, and I was like, fuck it, we'll give it a try. And there's some things in there that I think are interesting that I do want to talk about. But let's go ahead. What do you think about Haley talking all that shit and then not boxing Shotty? I don't know exactly what was going on. Did she have the opportunity to box Shotty and she was like no, or did nobody ask her if she wanted to box Shotty? You know, I don't think it's a good idea for her to box Shotty. You know, I don't think it's a good idea for anyone to box Shotty because Shotty is a lot bigger than most of the other girls, and then in addition to that, she's also got bad intentions in a way that like a lot of the other women don't. You know, even if it's bitch tank and these women are like, yeah, I'm gonna bitch it up, yeah, she's like, you can tell Shotty is like, oh no, I'm gonna bring the ghetto in here, you know. But anyway, with that said, the script for this video was recorded in 2023, nearly a year before its release. During that time, a number of high-profile shooting and acts of violence had taken place, including an attempt on the life of a football. Oh, we'll never figure out who. We'll never figure out who there was an attempt on the life of.
I'm gonna start exercising my God-given Second Amendment rights.
Even harder.
Dan of Antiquity, that's his name.
Modern politics is a toxic than more
we're
because
gonna go ahead. We're gonna skip through the intro, okay? Because fucking what's even the point? You know, first off, I don't want to do the XQC thing. I hear that's something he does a lot. Is like, oh, I'm just gonna take somebody's video and I'm gonna react to it, and it's gonna get billions of views. Not that I expect this to get more views than the original, but you know, for one thing, I don't want to just rip the whole thing. But then in addition to that too, it's not like fucking, you don't need the intro that bad. You know what's going on.
be legal. People's opinions on the ownership of weapons exists on a spectrum. On the far right side, you have the libertarian or anarcho-capitalist view of weapons ownership, which consists of total unrestricted freedom. The ANCAPs dream of a world where any and all people can purchase a knife, a gun, a tank, or a McNuke without any red tape. Ideally, people would just obey moral law, and there would be no need for the use of force since total destruction would be mutually assured. On the other end of the spectrum is the totalitarian perspective. Weapons are dangerous, literal Nazis, and mass shooters are everywhere. So
I didn't expect that. Fucking I was listening to this in the shower, so it's not like I was watching it. I didn't expect to see a Sam picture in here. That's funny.
So nobody can be trusted with any sort of weapon, not even a simple steak knife. Ideally, people would just obey the law under the threat of violence from the massive totalitarian state. But it's hard to enforce said laws without weapons, so exceptions are made for the state.
Quick side note, it's funny to see the it's pretty major. It's funny to see the differences in other nations' armies and stuff like that. Like, what the fuck is that camo? Is that supposed to be like, is it like, what? There's a forest that matches that pattern. Why else would they be using it? But it's like, what forest is that? That's completely alien to me, you know? It almost looks like it's practically an Arctic type camo too, like just a little bit. But I know it's not an Arctic camo, but just like the weird gray scale to the green is like weird. And then in addition to that, they don't salute like that. They do the fucking like fist here. It's just funny. But before he goes on, I'm gonna tell you where I am just right out the gate. I'm pretty much right here. And the reason I'm right here and not actually right here, right, is because I believe you should be able to own nukes. It's just that they shouldn't be allowed within like X amount of miles of people, living centers. At least people who haven't like explicitly consented to living around that. Like if somebody wants a nuke and like their nearest neighbor is like 100 miles away, it's like, all right, fine, whatever. You know, it's cool. But if someone wants a nuke and their nearest neighbor is 10 miles away, it's like, well, they should have to go to that house and be like, look, I want to own a nuke. I just want to know if that's cool with you, right? Because that's something where, okay, fine, it's on that guy's property, but also if anything goes wrong, that's a whole ecological disaster that person who's 10 miles away, there's a piece of lint in the air. That person who's 10 miles away, they're not just going to be affected by it. They're probably going to be fucking killed by it, you know? So if that person doesn't like literally sign off on that, then it shouldn't be allowed. You know, to me, that's part of the well-regulated aspect of the Second Amendment. You know, well-regulated militia aspect of the Second Amendment is like, you don't just have a nuke sitting in your backyard and you're in a residential neighborhood or something like that. You know, so I can't be here, but I'm damn near close. I'm damn near close.
You could also argue that paradoxically, the pacifist also exists on this end of the spectrum, believing that nobody, not even the state, should possess or use weapons. Between these two extremes lies the middle ground, a vast gray area where so many people have drawn arbitrary lines.
Yeah, I think it might be the editing. There's something about the editing. This guy, I like his videos. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna sub to him after this. You know, fucking you guys should sub to this guy. You know, not that he needs my help. He's probably got more subs and views than I do. But you know, there's something about this guy I like.
This will be the main focus of our analysis. What's bothered me for a long time is the lack.
All right, so I can tell you what he says because I listened to about half of this video. Basically, this is still kind of part of the intro where he's like, look, you know, we're gonna be talking about the people in the center. What bothers me is that like there's no actual like objectivity. Everybody just kind of decides based off of what they feel is right, and you can't do that, right? So let's go ahead and don't worry. Yes, all right.
Let's look at the first half of the question and ask, do we even need weapons at all? The answer is obviously yes. The only person responsible for your personal safety is you, and between dangerous wild animals and dangerous criminals, there's a good chance that at some point in your life you will have a violent encounter.
I think his editor might have made a mistake there. I think his editor made an oopsie. You know, that was definitely a mistake right there. That was not, you know, I know that wasn't on purpose. I'm sure this guy is not, you know, he didn't do that for real. He didn't do that on purpose.
And if you do, you'll find out very quickly that bringing fists to a knife or a gunfight isn't a recipe for success. Humans can be very fragile, so weapon ownership is vital for the purpose of self-defense. It has always been this way, and it always will be. And since the military and police can't be everywhere all the time to protect us, individuals must be free to protect themselves. If we accept this premise, then we can now address the end of the question. If there is no rule of law, no governing body, no society, as it were, then discussing the issue of legality would be pointless.
It's illegal to be naked.
If you were Will Smith's character...
Alright, so we'll skip ahead a little bit, right? Because, yes, okay. He ends up talking about the Second Amendment, okay?
Order for everything
and that's
to run
what we're
smoothly.
trying to get to.
Enter the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution. This short sentence may be one of the best and one of the clearest legal protections for the act of self-defense ever put into law. But a lot of people, especially on the more libertarian side of the spectrum I mentioned earlier, point to this amendment and claim that its primary purpose is to keep citizens armed so they can defend against the government. But this isn't exactly true.
What the hell did you just say?
How dare you?
This is pretty much the worst video ever made.
This nigger voted for Joe Biden.
I know. That may sound blasphemous to some, but please, withhold your judgment until the end of the segment. The primary purpose of the Second Amendment is to protect the citizen's right to defend himself against other citizens or natural threats. There are other purposes, but those purposes are all secondary. Let me explain why. If the government were to become hostile toward its people in some sort of Boogaloo or Civil War II situation, then the legal protections offered by the Second Amendment wouldn't matter. In fact, no laws would matter, because at that point, it would be war. The Second Amendment incidentally provides citizens with a means of keeping and bearing arms as a hedge against such an event, and that's great. Theoretically, this is an awesome way to keep politicians, legislators, kings, and aristocrats in check through the implied threat of armed rebellion. But if a law's primary purpose was to provide citizens with the means to rival their own government, wouldn't that be self-defeating? Logically, that would permit citizens to own any and all military equipment, no matter how powerful. We can easily see how this would result in the destruction, or at best, the dissolution, of the existing government.
Sounds good, doesn't work.
And as mentioned earlier, we're working under the assumption that the law and order offered by civil society is desirable to us. So this kind of unrestricted access to AC-130 gunships or thermonuclear warheads would undermine our Constitution and therefore undermine our law and order. And let me just mention really quick that you don't actually need the biggest and baddest weapons to take on tyrants. The Viet Cong did it, the Iraqis did it, and most recently, and embarrassingly, the Taliban did it, against the most powerful military force in human history, with nothing more than some old beat-up Toyotas, second-hand Soviet AKs, improvised explosives cobbled together from $30 worth of electronics, and their unwavering faith in a false prophet.
Okay, so I'm pausing here, even though I wanted to let it run through the whole thing, like, because that pissed me off right there. Seeing that pissed me off. No, but like, I understand what he's saying, and I agree with the overall point of like, oh, look at the Viet Cong, look at this, look at the Afghanis in the Afghan-Soviet war. Look at the Afghanis in fucking the 2000s and 2010s. Oh, look at them, dude. Yeah, I agree, but like, when it comes to those wars, they completely and totally devastated the countries that occurred in them. You notice how we're not fighting Russia? You notice how we don't fight China like that? No, we fuck with the guys who are in the mountains because they are easy targets, and the only way that they're able to win is via Pyrrhic victory. We wouldn't dare invade Russia just for the sake of it because we had some squabble with them or something like that. China is constantly trying us physically and fucking technologically. They are constantly trying to undermine us. We never do shit to them. It never happens. And it's because they actually have a legit military. Even if their military sucks, you should not be afraid of the idea of war with China. I'm not saying you should wish for it. I'm not saying you should hope for it. But we would murk China in a heartbeat, but we still don't fuck with them because they have nukes, because they have their own version of AC-130. They probably call it the Xinjiang fucking 130 or something like that. I don't know. Literally ripped straight from our designs. Fucking... they have their own modernized military. They don't even have a navy that is capable of projecting power over in our hemisphere. They don't have that in the way that we have the greatest navy in the history of the world, of any country, right? They just don't have it, and yet we still wouldn't dare fuck with them because they would actually put up a real fight. The Taliban didn't put up a real fight. They just sat there and rope-a-doped us until we got bored. We literally got bored of the war and we dipped the fuck out, right? There's a little bit more to it than that, okay? But the idea that like the Taliban won, it's like, imagine if I like fucked your girlfriend, I took your money on the way out, and I smacked your mom in the face. And on the way out, you were like, yeah, well, you're a bitch. That's what we did to the Taliban. We fucked the Taliban's girlfriend, we took their money, and we smacked their mothers on the way out. And they were like, you're a fucking bitch. And then now they're sitting here trying to rebuild from the ashes, from the fucking Lego bricks. They're trying to put Lego bricks together to make fucking buildings again. Right? Like, that's not what this guy is trying to make it into. So, like, the idea that weapons, quote unquote, of war, like the AC-130, the A-10, the whatever, right? The idea that those don't actually matter. It's like, they matter enough that Russia and China are constantly fucking with us, and we let them get away with it. They matter enough that North Korea fucks with us, and we let them get away with it. And it's not just because North Korea has nukes. It's also because if we invaded, China and Russia would potentially mobilize too, right? But like, North Korea is constantly trying to fuck with us, and South Korea. North Korea has crossed the border and killed people before. That is something that actually it happens a lot more often than you may even realize it happens, you know? And because of that, because of those things, we don't fuck with them. So it's like, hey man, you know, you know. But with that said, let's move on because there is another point that I want to make off of this.
Something to think about.
What's going on, Barnaby Jones?
After recording this portion of the audio track, I realized that this point needed a little clarification, so here it is. The most important part of any successful guerrilla campaign is funding, and
Yes.
I carelessly glossed over that fact in the original recording. The Taliban, the Viet
1,000,000%,
Cong,
yes.
and even our
Where
own
are you gonna get the
colonial
guns if you don't
ancestors
have
in
the
their
money?
revolution against the British wouldn't have gotten very far without cash money. But the point still stands. You don't need high technology in order to beat a larger, more advanced enemy. You just need simple, effective tools, a fighting spirit, a home field advantage, and the power of friendship. So long as those friends are rich as fuck. With that in mind, we can now rephrase our initial question to make finding an answer much easier. If we accept that weapon ownership is necessary for individuals to defend themselves, and if we accept that threats always exist inside and outside of civilization, and if we accept that a righteous society must protect the freedoms of its citizens to act defensively rather than offensively, we should instead ask, which weapons can be used for self-defense in civil society? This is a question we can surely answer.
Okay, now, this last little bit, right? A righteous government must protect the freedom of its citizens to protect themselves. This right here, when you talk about guns and things like that, I grew tired of talking about guns because it's one of those circular arguments that never ends. It's the same thing with like abortion and shit like that. It's just one side constantly trying to counter the other, and whoever has the best Twitter clapback is gonna win that round, right? I've gotten to the point where it's like, no, I don't want abortion. I don't give a shit what you think. I just don't want it. No, shut up. I don't care. Abortion is bad. I don't want it. Shut up. No, shut up. Shut up. Like that's my version of a debate now. Is just like, no, this is what I think. I don't give a shit what you think. You're wrong. Shut up. I don't want to hear it. No, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. And guns is kind of the same thing. It's like, nah, shall not infringe. Shut the fuck up. I want it because it's my right. I don't have to justify that to you. Shut the fuck up, And I don't even own guns either. Is the crazy thing. I can't own guns in my state because you have to jump through hoop after hoop after hoop, and I don't feel like doing that. There's so many tag-alongs that you have to do that it's like it's obviously they're doing it to try and prohibit. They put prohibitive taxes and prohibitive exercises that you have to do, sending your fingerprints into the FBI, this background check, that background check. You have to go talk to your police chief, or you have to write a fucking letter. You have to write an essay like you're in the 8th grade again, et cetera, et cetera. But the bottom line of what I'm trying to say is like the gun ownership, the gun control debate is annoying to me because there's an even greater debate, there's an even bigger debate that should be taking place, and that should have already taken place, and it should have already been won, and that is a righteous government must protect the freedom of its citizens to protect itself. Because it doesn't matter if you can own a gun when if you use that gun to protect yourself, your family, your property, or just anybody else who is being the victim of a crime, you end up getting thrown in prison. And we've seen that time after time after time after time. You remember the Ken and Karen, the Ken and Karen from the BLM riots and things like that. You remember that they came out, the dude had an AR. I think it was an AR, and the Karen, the chick, she had like a girl pistol, a girl gun, basically. They had their house raided and they had all their guns taken away because the government of that city, the government in general, but the government in that city said, no, you're not allowed to protect yourself. Those rioting monsters, those fucking jackals that were looking for white people to kill. No. You can't defend yourself from them, white boy. You can't defend yourself from them. No. You're not allowed to do that. That's not allowed. You can't. You're not allowed. That is a bigger travesty than any kind of gun control ever. All gun control is unconstitutional. It violates the rights of the individual and should not stand. It should not stand, and that includes uncomfortable things too, like felons. Although, not to be a cuck here, but maybe someone. Well, that's the thing is a murderer shouldn't be set free in the first place, right? Somebody who killed somebody accidentally, manslaughter is like I believe manslaughter is a felony, but like that's an accident. So it's like, all right, like he hit him with his car and killed him by accident. He got into a fight with the guy and he killed him by accident. That's different from I'm a bloodthirsty maniac and I want to kill, right? Even a lot of felonies, including many violent felonies, are like, yeah, but you know, but the idea that I can own a gun but I can't use it is like that it's just it's insane, and it's done that way specifically to make guns into a pacifier, so that somebody who the Black Rifle Coffee guys, the tight shirt with the American flag on the side, the grunt style guys. There's this dude I'm friends with on Facebook. He calls them grunt style guys. The grunt style guys fucking they have their AR, they sleep with it at night. It has a Punisher skull on it, you know. They feel like they're cool. They feel like they're protected and like nobody's gonna fuck with them and stuff like that. That's really what it's for. It's to keep guys like that from actually waking up to the fact that like they're in a bad spot, you know, that they can't just, it can't just be fixed by drinking more coffee. It can't just be fixed by calling someone a cuck on Twitter or something like that. It can't be fixed by subscribing to their Patreon or buying their mug club type bullshit, you know? It's designed specifically for that. You can have the gun, you can't use it. And the ability to use the gun is more important than the gun itself, you know? Because even if you take the gun away, if somebody still has the right to protect themselves, they can utilize something else. Even if it's just their fists, they can utilize something else to make sure that they don't die. But in the modern world we live in modern America, you are literally expected to just die. You're expected to die, and then maybe, if you're lucky nowadays, the guy who killed you, the doctor or the lawyer that killed you, will get jail time. Maybe. Possibly. You know, it depends. You know, he might have had a lot going on. He might have been a good kid and he was turning his life around. So if he's one of those guys, he was a good kid, he was turning his life around, he had a lot going on, but he was a gentle giant. If it's that, maybe he won't get jail time. But maybe if you're lucky, he'll get jail time. You know? That's literally what it is nowadays. And it's disgusting. And I'm the one autistic kid who's always been aware of that and been like, yo, that's fucked up. And because most people aren't going outside and getting into a fight every single day, which is obviously the way you should live, they're like, oh, dude, why do you care so much, dude? Why do you fucking care? And it's like, because fucking when you do get attacked and you do shoot the guy and you're like, bang, 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 bang. Yeah, that's right, I got him. He tried to fuck with me and I got him. Yeah, literally just an adrenaline reaction. The adrenaline is causing you to be pumped and you're like, yeah, I fucking got him. You gonna fuck with me? Like, because you're talking like that, even though he was trying to come at you with a gun or a knife or something else, you're gonna end up in prison. Because when you killed him, you didn't bang, 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 mag dump on him, right? You didn't mag dump, drop the gun and be like, oh. Either that or you didn't mag dump and then immediately call the fucking police and be like, we need emergency services. The guy who just tried to kill me got shot by me. You got to come save this guy's life. It's bonkers. It's insane. You know, and my fucking dog's barking. All right. Hold up. I'll be right back. I got to let him in because he's a fucking bitch. Hold on. We want to be big. Come on. Fucking idiot. I'm right here. I'm right here. Don't you worry. But yeah, like the bottom line, just to reiterate, is what's more important than laws that protect your right to own guns, and I mean own all guns, any weapon of war, defensive weapon, all of it. The only thing more important than that, and it is exponentially more important than that, is your ability to exercise your right to life by defending it when somebody comes at you. Whether you have one of those weapons of war, or if you have a defensive weapon, or if you have no weapons and you have to start punching a dude. Excuse me. It does not matter, you know? And this is why I'm the way that I am when it comes to self-defense, you know? Like, people kind of criticized me a little bit lightly. I think it was mostly jokes, but what's his face? Script last weekend. He had a boot on his he had a boot on, I think it was his left leg. And you know, I saw that and I was like, this guy's trouble. This guy's trouble. I better keep an eye on him. No, but like I saw that and like obviously I knew he probably wasn't very limber. He probably wasn't really going to be able to do too much to anybody. But also, you don't know exactly what he was going to do when he walked over to Xavier. And people were saying Xavier was ready to pop him. I think he was, but also I wasn't 100% sure. So I wasn't going to let Script get close to Xavier, knowing that I didn't know. So I went for him right away, because that's how you have to treat a situation like that. You can't wait around to see, well, maybe he just wants to give him a hug. Maybe they're just joking around. I don't know. You don't wait. You don't wait for someone to throw a punch at you. You know, at least this is what I tell myself. I'm not telling you guys anything. You know, legally, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a cop. I'm not in anything. I'm not telling you to do anything. You should consult with a lawyer to figure out what's right and what's wrong. But me personally, I'm not waiting for someone to swing on me. And I'm not too concerned with what the law says, because I know the law is bullshit. So when it comes down to it, if somebody's trying to like walk towards me and they're like, I'm going to fuck you up, and the law in Massachusetts is duty to retreat, I'm probably not going to retreat unless I think it's actually a good idea to retreat. I'm probably going to put this guy down. And I don't mean like, oh, I'm going to kill him. I mean, like, I'm probably going to fucking try to take him down in some way. And if it comes to blows, it comes to blows. But I'm not sitting around waiting like maybe he just wants to be pals. Maybe I got the wrong idea. Maybe he's got a lot going on right now. Maybe he's actually a gentle giant, and you know, he's turning his life around, and he was about to go to college. Maybe that's what this is, you know? My dog's being a pussy. Oh no, never mind. It's somebody outside of my room crumpling a bag. I thought my dog got into a bag or something like that. I was like, you fucking kidding me, dude? God damn it. God damn it. Yeah, let me talk to actual demons about what's right or wrong. But you can go ahead, you can watch this stuff. Some of the, you know, we won't watch the whole thing because, you know, I can't guarantee. Plus, we don't need to go through like, oh, you know, tanks, nuclear weapons, all that stuff. I think that's fine. But there's a pretty interesting video. It's by who is it? Who is it by? Dan of Antiquity. He's got, actually, he doesn't have that many more subs than I do. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give this guy a subby dubby here. A fucking subby dubby kid, and I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna I already commented. I'm gonna like my own comment. So it goes up. I'm also gonna watch my own stream right now. Who is it by? Dan of Antiquity. He's got, actually, he doesn't have that many more subs than I do. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna give this guy a subby dubby here. Pure Kino, ladies and gentlemen. Pure Kino. Fuck. Hold on one sec. Oh yeah. I forgot. We're gonna see. I'm checking this video out right now. You know what? Fuck it. It's a 5-minute video. We'll go ahead. We'll check out the sparring with Shoddy. You know, we'll go ahead and we'll check out the sparring with Shoddy. We'll say screw it. So this was yesterday. I was out in the kitchen at this point. You know, Sam. I'm sure Shoddy probably wanted to spar. Look at the way she's looking at him right now. Look at the way she's looking at him right now. That's interesting. That's fucking interesting. And then we got Haley here with the fucking Groucho Marx get up. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead. Actually, Yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll just watch this and then I'll check the chat. Sorry if I haven't sorry I haven't been talking to you guys that much right this second. But let's go.
My smell?
Yeah.
I think today might be the worst.
Really?
Yeah.
I might be losing my sense of smell.
Dude, Shoddy's like before I begin, Shoddy was annoying with the sparring because I took the time to teach her the jab cross. Like this is why I don't like teaching women that I know. It's one thing a woman walks into the gym. It's like, all right, you know, it's all good. You know, it's professional relationship. But like if a girlfriend or like a friend that's a girl wants to learn from me, or you know, my wife is actually a pretty good student. I've taught her a few times, and then she also came to my gym for a little while. But like I've had a lot of bad luck with teaching women in the past that I know personally because it's an ego thing with them, especially if it's a girlfriend. Like what they expect is for it to be some kind of sexy thing. They expect it to be a sexy dance that they're doing with their partner. They think it's going to be Mr. and Mrs. Smith, if anything, you know? And, fucking like, they end up sitting there, you teach them a little bit of something, and then you're like, okay, so you want to spar? And they're like, yeah. And then they start sparring, and they're like, they start fucking throwing at you like that, and you're like, whoa, hey, I just taught you the jab cross. Throw a jab cross. And then their ego is hurt because they don't feel sexy anymore. Because you're stopping and you're like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? And then they say things like, I thought we were just having fun, but I just wanted to have fun. I thought we were having fun. And that's literally what happened with Shoddy. Like, I don't think with her it was like a sexy thing. I don't think she was trying to like flirt through fighting or anything like that. But I think her thing is that she, you know, I think in that moment she was like, oh yeah, I did a little MMA when I was a kid, so I totally know what I'm talking about and what I'm doing. Oh, oops, he's reminding me that I only did a few years of it when I was a child. I'm not bad at it. I thought we were just having fun. You know, that's basically what happened. And because of that, she sat there and fucking just spamming right hands, bringing it down here to throw, not actually turning over. And it was just like, that was fucking annoying. You know, it was annoying as shit. Especially because I was like, yeah, let's just keep it body shots. And what she do, she fucking comes up over the top. And that was like hellish. So I'm curious about what's going to happen here. You know, I'm wondering if she's not going to be a fucking freak about it. And then that's another thing too, is a day or two ago, she's sitting in the room and she's like, yeah, that was really uncomfortable. Like, it was really weird that he was teaching us. And it's like, you bitch, you fucking asked for all of it. I don't know what you're talking about. You see, she's trying to do the cross thing, and yeah, it's literally right there. See, Sam's actually throwing back. Me, I was nice enough to not fucking actually throw back at them. The second round of sparring we did, I started throwing back, but I didn't have gloves on. I was just throwing in a way that was going to kind of scare her away from throwing every little thing she felt like throwing, you know? Again, like, this is just, like, stupid. She's like, He actually kind of let her have that one a little bit. He's pulling his punches hard, but the thing is, Sam's so big that when he hits you, it's like, it is like a piston even when he's not trying. Like it's actually kind of fucking like annoying. I'll turn this down a little bit more. I started getting annoyed the other day, so I started picking it up on him a little bit just because I got tired of him like throwing combinations and just bang 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 bang. So I started picking it up. I was like, fucking hey dude, like fuck. You know, there was a point where I hit him and I actually hit like kind of hard. And you notice I'm like, oh, my bad, sorry. You know, because I didn't mean that, obviously, you know. See, and here we have Haley. Let's see. I'm sure this is totally not going to be her trying to flirt, you know. I'm sure she's totally not going to be trying to flirt with Sam or anything like that in her fucking Groucho Marx bullshit. Let's see here. Oh. Wow, good one. Whoops. He's like, bitch, get away from me. Wow, good one. You see, he's going lighter on Haley because Haley is that much smaller, you know? Which is like the good move. He's not even really trying to like fight her. He's just kind of like, fucking get away from me. Get out of my face. Bitch, get out of my face. Get out of my fucking face. I want to see Shoddy versus Kato. We'll try and track that down after this. Assuming it's not in the video. I would assume it's not in the video. I don't know though. I'm sure that's somewhere around here. Haley's keeping her guard up nice. She's trying to throw straight punches, but now she's getting frustrated, so she's just trying to hit him in the head. When she throws to the body, it doesn't actually look too terrible, but obviously it's not like she looks good. It's just I think she looks better overall as a boxer than Shoddy does, because again, Shoddy is just like she's at least like, okay, I'll try to keep my hands up a little bit and I'll throw straights to the body. All right. So there's that. Claire and who? Looks like it's about to be Claire and Shoddy. Okay, that's weird. You see, I was backstage yesterday. And I knew that this was going on, but I wasn't like watching like a motherfucker because Pearl Davis was there, and we were kind of all, like, as a group, brainstorming things to ask during the therapy sessions. Like, some of those questions were mine. Like, I asked, the one of mine was, she asked, I don't know if she asked all the girls, but she asked at least one of the girls, like, do you feel threatened by any of the other girls? And, that was my question. I told her to ask, do you feel like you're being mogged right now? I don't know if Pearl actually asked that, but, I told her to ask that, and she wrote it down. Pearl didn't even know what mogged means. We had to explain it to her, which is funny, because she's kind of extremely online. You would have thought she'd know what mogged means. But yeah, that was fun. We were doing that while this kind of was going on. I'll go ahead and I will yeah, you know what, maybe Fish Tank will have it. Yeah, so oh, okay. All right, this one's starting up pretty quick. I don't know if this is just an intro or not, but right now we have Shoddy versus Kato, which again, like, you see the size difference between these two. Shoddy really shouldn't be sparring with anybody like that, That's like Shoddy's talking about like, oh, Haley, haha, you only come at me when there's guys in the room. And it's like, well, I mean, to be fair, you're like 230 pounds, 240 pounds, and you're just about 6 feet tall. Dude, Haley is ridiculously small. She's a very petite woman. So you're going to have to excuse me if I don't necessarily blame her for being a little bit apprehensive about trying to fight somebody who's bigger than her. And this is one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of Haley, is because, like, she's kind of a bully, She wouldn't have picked on Leah because Leah's a big bitch, That's just the way it is. Anyway. In the sushi. You see, again, like, what the hell is this? Yeah, I just hit you hard, girl, who I am literally a head and then some taller than and a lot bigger than. Haha. Yep, I'm strong. It's like, what are you talking about? It looks like, oh no. I See, that's the only clip that I've been able to find of this fight. If somebody finds that fight, feel free to send it my way. I will look at it. It looks like this is the sparring that we were seeing earlier. Oh no, that's literally just Sam training on the women. I think he did that as a bit, because he knows he could have came in, came out and been like, "Yo, Scott, you want to train?" But I think with the camera inside, I forget the name of the camera. I don't know why. I think with the camera inside, they were probably like, nah, there's already too many people in here, and like we have the FX3. That's what the camera is, the FX3. We have the FX3, so why don't we just why don't we just not have as many people in here, Plus, I think it was a good bit to be like, oh hey, I need a train, shoddy, throw on the gloves. I'm gonna throw fucking body shots at you, That was a pretty good bit. Yeah, it looks like that's it. It looks like that's it. This camera is so good to have, though. I'm so glad to have the camera in there. They're planning on doing some good stuff with the camera. And it's gonna be really good. It's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be really good. It's gonna be really cool. But anyway, with that said, let's go ahead and go to actual fish tank. Actual fish tank. Oh. So a little bit of oh, I need to log in. Huh. A little bit of context while I log in. So Dave left last night. Oh wait, nope. Dave left last night. They pretended to end it. And we ended up coming back on when Alessandra Bliccy got here. And now I don't even know what's going on because I haven't really checked in at all today. So I guess we're gonna have to catch up. Oh shit, it's what's his face? Jacob. Huh. Huh. Interesting. It looks like she's packing. Trying to figure out what's going on. It almost looks like Haley's leaving. Total Claire victory. Somebody said nothing at all. Looking for clothes. There's a riot going on. Cleaning cake from Claire. You see, this is like people calling me homewrecker in the chat, and it's like that's that type of shit where it's like, okay, I'm trying to get context here, guys. Like, the jokes can be funny, but not when I'm like, hey guys, I want to know what's going on. What's up? What's going on? And someone's like, Scott, you suck, teehee. It's like, you're not making me want to be your pal here. If anything, I think that's annoying. I think that's pretty fucking annoying that you're doing that. She got a fucking cowboy hat now. Oh no, I think that's Jules. I think that's Jules's hat. All right. So apparently she's not leaving. She just protects her shit. Like she squirrels her stuff away. Oh no, that's bitch tank 2. Makeup room. Somebody's in the bathroom. Alone, hopefully. Somebody's in the bathroom alone. Oh yeah, and then part of the context is when they brought it back online, they opened it up so that they can be in different rooms now. So Bitch Tank, the space has kind of grown a little bit, which is actually a pretty cool concept in my opinion. I think that's really cool. Because now these two can sit there and they can have their conversations while nobody plays games. The thing is, where is Blicky? Where is Kato? Where is Claire? Where is everybody, dude? What is going on here? I mean, somebody's in the bathroom, so there is another bathroom in the hallway. There's a hallway that's not cammed up, at least as of right now. It's not cammed up. I don't know if they plan on camming it up. But yeah, there's a bathroom in the hallway, so there's a chance that somebody's in the hallway, which if they were hanging in the hallway, I feel like they would be told, no, don't do that. But also, I mean, if they're using the bathroom, I think that's one thing. I'm going to check the chat. Kato's in the bunk, isn't she? I don't know. I don't think she is. Oh, wait. Yeah, fuck. I'm pretty sure that's Kato. I didn't realize her head was obscured by this, and then that blanket just kind of looked like it was you know. Claire is somewhere around. Supposedly Blicky is MIA. She's probably just backstage. Blicky gone, Claire shower, Kato in bed, Shoddy and Jules in the cell. Ah, okay. Everybody's accounted for. Everybody's accounted for.
Yeah, we were almost done.
It's above and beyond the Fish Tank fan base. What do you mean? What do you mean, Zachary Barrett? Scott Fish Tank fan base sucks. You should know this by now. Well, you see, and that's the thing is like it's that's weird. I muted it, but like I have this I have this compulsion as to where I'm like I want to help people. And if somebody wants me to like them, I want to help them get me to like them, if that makes sense, right? And of course, me even explaining this, like, people are just going to double down anyway, but, you know, it's whatever. I don't give a shit. You know, it really doesn't matter to me that much. It's just like, again, when there's situations where I'm like, oh shit, is Haley leaving? I want to know what's going on. Oh shit, where is everybody? I don't see Claire around. Huh, what's going on? What's the deal here? Like, when I want to know that, and I'm like, yo, what's up? What's going on? And someone's like, you fucking suck. Tee-hee, wink, wink. I'm one of the guys. You and me, we jest. We have fun here. We do a little trolling, huh? Like, that's like, yo, I don't like that. And I like you less now. You know? Please stop. What's good, Scott? Hate. We didn't get to spar. Oh, what's good, Kaylee? Yeah, it sucks you left so early, you know? Like, bitch tank is you know, bitch tank is supposed to be about people being bitchy, and I think that's one thing you are not naturally. I don't think you're naturally a bitchy person. At least when we talked backstage, I did not get that impression of you at all. But I think it would have been nice to have somebody there who was a little bit more even keeled, because literally all of these women in here are like fucking ridiculous in one way or another, you know. And it would have been nice to have a straight woman, if anything, right? Almost like Vance in season 1, right? You could have been Bitch Tank's Vance. You could have been Vancine, is what you could have been. And it sucks you had to go, especially because I didn't get to go in there and like, you know, like interact with you in the tank or anything, you know. Hopefully you'll be back out for something in the future. That'd be really cool, you know. Ruski, hold on. See, I don't want to like have it completely muted, but I also like I'm reading some stuff right now, so I don't want to have to like scream over it completely. Not that I don't already scream, but Ruski, when Sam and Jet were talking about Hell House a few years ago, I never thought it would come to fruition and kick ass like it has. When they were talking about Hell House, I wanted to be on it originally. Like I was getting ready to like hit him up and be like, "Yo, dude, like put me on Hell House. I guarantee you, I beast that shit." And because like me, like I'm very good with rolling with the punches. I mean, we did Grape Escape. I didn't hesitate. I wasn't like, I don't know if I want to do that. I was like, oh yeah, totally, let's do it. And then I started working on ways to make it a little bit more acceptable, right? A little bit less fucked up. I'm very good at rolling with the punches. I'm very good at just going with the flow and stuff like that. And you know, because of that, I'm not saying like, dude, I would have fucking well, I just said I would have beasted that shit, but that would have just been me trying to sell myself to them, which probably wouldn't have worked because they don't like that kind of thing. But I'm not saying it would have been like a cakewalk for me, but I think I could have been able to survive that, you know. And now it's crazy to me thinking back years ago when they first talked about it that now I'm involved with this, you know. It's crazy. It's like I do think God has blessed me, you know, because the way that my life is gone, just as the old thing ends, the new thing starts, and that's literally what keeps happening. Where it's like 2016, I have to stop doing MMA for a while because I have issues with my gym. I stop MMA for a while. Oh, is that oh, it's almost said Licky. It's Licky. It's Blicky. Hell yeah. I'm curious how this is gonna go.
That's Shawty's. I don't think she'd mind if you laid her. I'm sure she'd be happy. How was last night?
I asked cause Bliccy is she's Brazilian, right? Technically like nationality. I think she's like Brazilian. She had a Brazilian passport to my understanding. I didn't believe her the first time I met her. So I asked her last night. I was like, "Yo, I've been meaning to ask, like, are you Brazilian?" And she's like, "Yeah, unfortunately." I was like, "All right. Damn." That's like that's a type of thing like if somebody asked, "Oh, is your wife Brazilian?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I've tried to work on it with her, but, you know, it's old habits die hard." Like that's how I'd react as a joke about my wife, you know? Yo, I appreciate that. Hey, no problem, Kaylee. You really do seem like a chill chick. What's going on, Murder Party? How you doing, man? You see, in the afternoons, it's going to be boring because, for one thing, they're probably all sleeping off hangovers. But then, for another thing, like you can't expect them to keep up the bitchiness all night, you know, all day. Excuse me. Um, you know, like this is where it would be good for me to go in, like. You know, they have stuff planned out for later in the day and stuff like that. Some stuff that I'm aware of. Some stuff we are planning out for me. You guys are really gonna like one of the things that I'm trying to put together. You guys are gonna like two of the things that I'm really trying to put together. One of them I know is most likely gonna happen probably today, if not tomorrow. The other one, it might happen, it might not. It really all depends, right? It really all depends. But you guys are really gonna like some of the stuff that I do have in store. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, like there is stuff planned for later today that they're obviously waiting on, you know, and then it'll be good to yeah, it'll be good to see that. But like right now is the time where a lot of the more light gaslighting should take place, where it's like you know, I come in, I'm like, "Yo, Kato, I just want to say, like, I think you're actually prettier than Haley. I don't know what you heard about me. I'm not actually a creep. I'm not really a creep. I'm not really a creep, but you're hot. I'm not really a creep." Oh, fuck. Doing that with my throat. My throat's all dry and shit like that. Like it would be this would be like prime time for that, you know. Bex comes in and she starts making like subtle comments. Letty comes in and she starts buddying up with like specific fish on a certain day, you know, and like making it like seem like she's giving insider info to some of the other fish. I call them fish. I meant bitches. Excuse me. Like now is the time for that. The days should be setting up for the nights, you know, if anything, you know. Neon. You going there? You going to be there tonight, Scott? Yeah, I plan on being there tonight. Nobody even asked for Alex. He just shows up, dude. Alex is great whenever he shows up. It's so awesome. You know, that's what happened with Spencer and Alex, right? Spencer, the wigger dude, with when they were fucking with Zoltar. Like I went in there for one thing. I didn't expect to actually be in there. I got hit up by Sam that day. He's like, "Yo, come down." I showed up, and then something came up, and he had to leave. So I showed up expecting to just be boxing and not like doing a ton of hanging out or anything like that. Then all of a sudden they're like, "Why don't you just go in there?" I was like, "Oh, fuck! I am completely unprepared," you know. But hey, I'll do it anyway. And that's why I kind of sucked on that day, and I felt like I sucked on that day. And you know, Alex got in there, and him and Spencer started playing off each other to fuck with Zoltar. And like I just completely shut up because there's no way in hell I'm gonna keep up with Alex. There's no way in hell I was gonna keep up with Alex Schultz, first off. And like I said, I was not good that day. And when I tried to keep up, when I tried to catch up, my shit landed flat. So I just, after a minute, I was just like, yo, I should just shut up and let them do the work. And because of that, I was kind of the audience, if anything. Like Spencer kept saying shit, and then he'd look to me to see if I was laughing, you know. I think they kind of were using me as like a bit of an audience member of sorts, you know. Um, it was fun. It was fun, you know. Just seemed like you were in cell mind. Yeah, pretty much. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're about to get more fucking weird pictures and shit like that. Did she just do that to what's her not what's her face? What's his face here? Jacob?
Back to sleep. Lame.
Where'd Haley go?
The Hegel time. And I will. Who took my journal?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh, she's got a journal. If I get in there, I'm gonna read the shit out of that. I'm gonna read it out loud to you guys. If I get in there today when I do go over there, I'm gonna be over there a little bit earlier than I typically would be. Usually during the weekdays I'd go after the gym. Thursday I went before PKA because the way it seemed like Haley was gonna leave, and Jet literally told me Scott save her, and like that was obviously half a joke, but also like I went in there thinking maybe they'll want me to talk to her and be like, no, stay, no, don't leave, you're so hot, haha, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna read the shit out of that thing.
I sent one to her earlier today because it was so wholesome and it was like a name I'd never heard before.
Who is that?
Was
Oh,
like,
that's
"Good
Jacob
morning."
talking.
It
I'm
was
not
like,
used
"Good
to his
morning,
voice yet.
Claire? Oh, Claire.
Is Haley in the bathroom or something?
Yeah.
Oh no, she's in here.
Yeah.
Talking with the bitches she doesn't like.
I thought I was gonna kind of like fan out, but I was like, you know what? He's actually just cool and like a chill
He
dude. He's
is.
just giant.
I don't get the like scared shakes anymore, but it's like sometimes I just be like, oh my god.
I just have so many questions I want to ask. I'm like curious as to
Oh, they're talking about
like,
Sam.
weird and mysterious and like never know if he's lying or
Okay,
not.
I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm gonna start gooning under the blanket.
Gross. It's too much. It's too much.
Shaking because just talking about Sam.
Monkeys like will like masturbate and they just look around and shit.
They like don't even know they're.
The fuck is she doing going in the
And it's
closet?
just like, on the monkey masturbation, I'm gonna leave.
The Sam monkey.
He's like, I'm out. Dude, I just remembered when we were in the cell with Zoltar, me and Zoltar both pissed in Poland Spring bottles, and we left them in this corner, which means at some point somebody had to go in and get those piss bottles out of there. And for that, I want to say I wholeheartedly apologize to whoever ended up doing that. My bad. Sorry about that. It was for the bit. That's what it was for.
Just take a bunch of pills and OD, because at least you'll be high and happy
What?
when you die.
Damn.
Pills is a very painful way to go, and it fucks up all your organs.
No, that's only if it's long term. If you do it real quick, you just die.
She was in makeup room for a while.
No.
Who, talking about Haley? Dude, I can't wait to get my hands on that diary. I cannot wait. I don't, like, I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna check with them if it's okay for me to, like, grab, I mean, I know it'll be alright if I grab it and read it, but, like, I'll check with them anyway. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check and see if they're alright with me strong-arming it away from her. I've kind of adopted a little bit of hassle doctrine in my,
Dear Diary, today I called out Bliccy for being fake and hamming it up.
Bliccy.
This power move freaked the other competitors.
Anyway,
Did I do that? I don't think I did that. But that would be funny. That's a good idea. Thank you.
I've been adopting a little bit of hassle doctrine in my shit lately. I don't know if you guys noticed. In the cell the other day, I was throwing fucking crumpled up paper at what's her face over here, Claire. I was like roughing up their plushies and shit like that. I took Claire's roses and I threw them out of the room. Like, I figured if I was gonna be in there, I might as well just fuck with them a little bit, and that was just like the easiest way to fuck with them, because I was like so bored in that cell the other day. I was straight up falling asleep. Like, I was literally laying down, had a plushie under my head, and I was like, you know, you get to that point where you start to fall asleep, you know. That's where I was at. And that was like frustrating almost, you know. Let's see what she's saying though.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
I think I can do that. I'm gonna go say hi to her.
Damn, what are you guys trying to do to me? What are you guys trying to do to me, huh? What are you guys trying to do to me? Oh no.
Clench! Scott is watching you on his stream. He followed you out of the shower. Scott is obsessed with Clench.
That's kind of sick, actually. Okay, I'll be back. Maybe. I don't know. Bye.
Fucking A. Who the hell is that, huh? Who the hell was that? Ted Hitchcock? Go fuck yourself, Ted Hitchcock. Go fuck yourself. God damn it. No, but that's what I was doing though, was like I was purposefully kind of adopting hassle-like tactics just because, like, what else was I gonna do? Talking to them wasn't yielding any sort of result. So it was like, whatever, bro. Anyway, Ted Hitchcock says, I love you. Let's go ahead and check. There really isn't much going on, so I'm not going to hang around forever and ever and ever. It would literally, like, I don't want to go there too early in the day. It's only, like, 2 p.m. But, like, maybe between, like, 3 and 5, I'll head over there and I'll see what I can take part in, you know? Can you box this fucking nerd later on? Someone in the chat is asking. I mean, he's not a bad guy. He does have a bit of a mouth on him, but I think that's a hold on.
The girl who was like doing plastic surgery to like get through college, and she was doing like crazy body mods on people. Oh, fuck.
Anyway,
American Mary or something.
Yeah, like, no, I don't want to get there too early, you know, because it's just like whatever, you know.
Are you done in the bathroom?
Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh,
I earned Coin Chaser getting tipped by another user. I don't know who tipped me. Who tipped me, though? Damn. Thank you, whoever tipped me. I want to give him something, like, decent, you know? Should I give him, like, the counterfeit Mondo? I guess I'll give him the counterfeit Mondo. I don't know. I also don't have many fish coins, fish bucks. Sweet.
Whoever said that was stupid and lying.
Damn.
You're right. I'm coping so hard.
Who's everyone's favorite president?
What the hell is, like...
Lyndon.
What is this supposed to be?
The bathtub, the fat one.
Oh.
Herbert Hoover?
No.
No, that was Taft. No, I think that was McKinley. Tubman.
Imagine being
Tub
named
girl.
Tubman and then getting
Don't be
stuck in
fucking
the
don't be fucking sexist, girls. What about Tub Girl, huh? Why don't you talk about her?
Fatty for president. I feel like
Get that leftover sushi, dude. I love sushi so much. Dude, smoked salmon is like great. I love the hell out of that stuff. Kickbox the nerd, Scott. Oh yeah, nah, he's a little mouthy for sure, you know, but like I think that's what this needs, you know. Bliccy ate all the sushi at like 3 a.m. last night. The sushi Kato fell in. The sushi that was sitting out for like 12 hours. Damn. Claire, you mean? I can see Claire eating that. I can see Claire eating that. She had an emotional response. You're in, Scott. She said it was sick. Did she mean it's sick as in, wow, that's awful? Or sick as in, wow, that's great? I'm glad he followed me. Which one is it? Bliccy, like, barely getting through the sentence.
I came in and I was like, Joe Biden's dead and Kamala's president.
Cho-
Yeah, me and Bliccy have fresh info. What do you guys want to know?
Yeah. I don't care. Is Joe dead? What's the
No,
state
he's
of our...
alive, but he dropped out of the race, but he's
for-
still president.
He's alive, sort of, barely.
No, that was fake news.
What? No way. What? I thought he had a stroke and went brain dead.
People think they're covering up that he had to get medevac, but it's not like confirmed.
It was totally as sick as in she's wet over it. I'm sure that's what it was. You can manipulate the disgust into pleasure, dude. With a girl like Claire, I think the disgust is pleasure. I'll be honest with you. She's got that sort of thing going on, you know. You know what I'm saying? You catch my drift, huh?
Conflict in the Middle East. Oh, fuck.
Dude, Israel,
Okay,
have you guys
don't
ever
look
heard
it
of
up, guys. That's new.
Wait, guys, Russia and Ukraine are like literally at war.
Oh my god.
I said no
You're
politics.
kidding. What about Israel? Please tell me Israel's okay.
I've got bad news.
No.
She mad at you for like 20 minutes. She's disgusted. Yeah, and that's something I didn't think about. I rewatched that video. I jerked it to the video, the Letty taking L's video, right? I was on my way home last night, and I decided I need to do a quick car jerk. But like I threw that on just out of curiosity because like there are things people were saying that I didn't even remember her or me saying. So I was like, huh, that's weird. Like I'll rewatch it and hear when she or I said that. And that was like the funniest part is that like Letty walks in and she's in the half guard and she just stays there. She's not like, oh, here, I'll get up. Like this is going on. I'll get up. It's all good. No, like she's just like, all right, we're just here. And then like we continue on, you know, and I have her like, she's up and now she's down because she's going for a certain move. So now our faces are like that far from each other. And then Letty walks back in and starts talking shit. And she doesn't move. She's just there the whole time. That was just like, that was low key the best part of that whole thing.
Haley, if you hadn't fucking dodged the cake, it wouldn't be on the floor.
I'm not taking no.
Can you give these girls something to do? Like just give them like make them do some content.
Make them do some content.
Well, can I make a TikTok?
Yeah, make them all make a TikTok with you.
Okay, can you grab my phone?
Claire doing her makeup just for you, Scott. That is one thing that I am prepared to do is just completely switch from Haley to another girl. You know, like I'm prepared to do that. Is just be like, walk in, ignore Haley, go over to like Kato and be like, hey, how's it going? How you been, dude? Are you liking it in here, dude? It's so cool to have you here. You're such a cool chick. Like I'm ready to do that. You know, Haley, I thought she was gonna ignore me last night because I walked in and I put these down. I put one of these down. And, like, obviously I look over to her because even if she is, like, stupid, even if she is, like, crazy, like, she's someone who's been nice to me. So, like, I'm going to be nice back, you know? And, like, I'll be honest with you, I still do kind of like her just because of, like, how bubbly she is and how, like, cool she is to me. But, like, some of the stuff that has come out, I'm like, yeesh. But, you know, we won't even bother getting into that. Fucking... I look over to her and she's like looking everywhere but at me. And I'm just like, oh, all right. I'm not about to be like, hello, Haley, you know, because I don't know where she's at mentally, you know. Would you look at that? Would you look at this right here? Would you look at that right here? No, but he's got a fucking phone. What's he ordering food? Anyway, oh yeah, and then the next time I came in, it was with the rose for Kato. I walk in, I hand her the thing, and then as I'm walking out, Haley's like, "Hi, Scott. It's good to see you again." You know, and I was like, "Oh, now it's hello." I came in with a rose for somebody else. You know, not from me, but you know, somebody else was getting a rose, and they asked me to bring it in there. And fucking now it's, hey, remember me? Hey. Wait, where is that bitch going? Where is that conniving bitch going? Where is she? Where's she going?
That's literally Oppenheimer.
Scott Clay has a 135 IQ. That means she will always do the unintentional funny thing in any given situation because she actually has 80 IQ. Yes. Yes. 80 IQ and 135 IQ are basically the same thing. Grouchy Mark's mask has the mask version of Alex Stein. Just makes you start screaming. Are you saying she's wearing the mask version of Alex Stein? I'm confused. I think Haley is cool. She's crazy but cool. Yeah, she's the type of chick that if she was at a party, either A, she'd bring the mood up, or B, she'd bring the mood down. It's one of the two. And if she brought the mood up, she'd bring it really up. But if she brought the mood down, she'd bring it really down. You know? Yeah, so there's that. There's that. Oh, what did you think of Kaylee? We got to E-Girl Farts, what's going on, bro? I don't know if I'll be in tonight for AoE, but I'm gonna try to be. I'm gonna try to be for sure. What did you think of Kaylee? Kaylee was actually in this chat a little bit ago. She popped in, said hello. I think she's a really cool chick. Very pretty for sure. Like seeing her on the camera, I'm like, oh yeah, she's pretty. Seeing her in person, I was like, wow, she's like really pretty. But yeah, like we talked a little bit backstage. She was literally waiting for her Uber when I showed up. So like, you know, she was just sitting there waiting, and we talked a little bit. I asked her about Kentucky and shit like that. Really cool chick. You know, just like really down to earth, really chill. I don't think she was built for bitch tank in the way that like Haley is. Like I said earlier when she was here, I think she would have been good to keep in as sort of like a straight woman in the way that Vance was kind of like the straight man, the guy you identify with most from season 1. You know, I think she would have been good to keep in. It's just like, who are you going to get rid of though is the issue. You know, like every girl has their own personality in the ecosystem, and you want to remove the one with the personality that's going to damage the ecosystem the least. And because of this, it's like, well, Kaylee's just been chilling. If she's gone, nothing else really changes other than the fact that the chill chick is gone. And this is bitch tank. It's the bitch show. So I guess we got to take her even though we don't want to, you know? But yeah, Kaylee's really cool. I hope she, it'd be cool to have her back as a contestant in like the capacity that Vance was a contestant, you know? Someone you can identify with. Someone who, like, when I'm in the tank, I could kind of look to and be like, geez, these fucking idiots, right? That'd be nice, you know? Most of them seem to be Tom Dark fans, especially Shoddy. Yeah, I mean, you know, Turkey, a lot of people like Turkey Tom. Turkey Tom's, like, really popular, you know? Haley is so depressing to watch. She is. That's why it's fun to watch her. Crash my bike. Or trash my bike. What's with all the Tom Dark rejects appearing on 2.5 and Bitch Tank? Well, I mean, again, like, a lot of Zoomers like Turkey Tom. Like, when Turkey Tom used one of my tweets in one of his videos, it was one of the Anissa videos, I think. iDubbbz Anissa videos. And he used one of my tweets in the video, and I didn't even know. And I had kids that I teach, kids that are in high school that I teach jujitsu to, hit me up like, dude, you were in a fucking Turkey Tom video. That's crazy, bro. Like, I had dudes like that hitting me up to tell me that he used one of my tweets. Like, he's really popular with people who are like 25 and under, you know? Having a straight man in comedy when things are really crazy is very effective, if not necessary. Yeah, I believe so too. I agree, 100%. It's good to have someone to bounce the insanity off of or play off of them. Exactly, you know? That would have been fun. It also would have been fun to mess with her to see how she reacts when she's being pressed, you know? I want to see if that chillness stays or if she goes Confederate, you know? She starts rebel yelling. You dump her makeup out and she's just like, who's Turkey tomorrow? Dude, I don't know. Bob, yo, Scott, can you link your Discord? You seem like a chill guy, and it would be cool to see more call-in streams. If you hit me up on Instagram or Twitter and you confirm to me that you are who you say you are, I'll send it to you. Other than that, I think it might be in if it's in the description of this video, just go ahead and jump in. All right. But if it's not, I'd rather you hit me up on Twitter just to make sure, because there are still weird Letty cells that are like obsessed with trying to fuck with me. Nothing like too crazy has happened, but that's also because I don't really stick my neck out like that in the first place. So that's why I'm kind of like, yeah. I mean, if you want to jump in, go ahead. But also, I want to make sure that nobody's gonna like act out of pocket or anything like that. You know, I keep a chill ecosystem in there. If somebody's being a dickhead, I tell them to knock it off, and if they don't, I remove them. You know. And because I've done that enough times, there's like never problems in there. So, you know, I want to keep it that way to the best of my ability, you know. Shouting out Tom 20 times a day while you did absolutely nothing was stupid. I mean, hey, you shoot your shot, you know. This is your one shot. You better shoot it, you know. Damn. Damn. Goddamn. Goddamn. Trash my bike. So the Letty thing was a shoot. I thought you guys were cool. The Letty thing was not a shoot. When she came in the other night, she was definitely put up to that by production. It was to make content, and I don't mind making content. She and I can go on camera and absolutely have it out and mean every word of what we say, unabated, unironically, and I am perfectly fine with that, so long as two lines do not get crossed. One, don't be bringing up behind the scenes shit, right? So like if me and Jet have a conversation and Jet's mad at me or something like that behind the scenes, when we bitch at each other on camera, don't be like, and fucking Jet hates you now because of what you said earlier and he fucking yelled at you. You remember that? Like don't be doing that, right? Which Jet doesn't yell at people and stuff like that. That's not what he does. I just made up an example of like what in my opinion is not okay, right? And then the other thing is when we get off camera, leave me the fuck alone. I know I'm not interested in continuing the beef off camera, you know. There's been incidents behind the scenes, some of them a little bit bigger than others, nothing nuclear or anything like that. She did try and come at me on Instagram the other day, you know, and that just is what it is, whatever. I'm trying not to talk about it too much. This will probably be the last time I really talk about it. I'm not going to get into details. I'm just telling you what the situation is, right? I'm not going to give energy to that. I'm not going to give time and attention to that. And I'm not going to engage is, you know, most importantly, I'm not going to engage or anything like that. And, but yeah, it was real. We do have things planned regarding that in terms of content, I will say, right? But yeah, for all intents and purposes, it is correct. It is real, you know. Even if like something on screen was set up by production to create content, there is actual like legitimate disdain behind what she's doing, you know. That's why it's her coming in and not Ben coming in. You know, Ben's really good at being like, "What are you doing, bro? This is fucking stupid. You look stupid. You look like an idiot. Get real, dude." Ben's really good at that type of thing. You know, but they knew that it would be better if Letty did it, so they sent her in, right? Letty's been furthering the beef. I just got here. Yeah, Letty's been the only one really furthering the beef. I've tried to keep things as professional and as civil as possible, and she just likes to try and pick at me for literally no reason. I've done nothing to her, you know. But it is what it is, you know. Like I said, I'm not gonna further that. I'm not gonna give it attention or energy or anything like that. You know, you asked, and I just happened to make the mistake of reading it. So, oops. All right, here's my statement. I think it's interesting how she's like, "Hey, let me hang out with these two." I mean, I know she's cool with Julie, with Juliana, but she doesn't like Shadi at all, and Shadi doesn't like her. I think it's interesting how she keeps coming into this room to hang out. That's what I'm lost in the sauce about. How did the beef start? Okay, I'll explain how the beef started. I have no fucking clue. There are little things that happened along the way that I do believe probably led to it. You know, there was a major misunderstanding that was my fault, right? Like I took responsibility for it. I know you guys know what it is. I'm not going to bother bringing it up because I'd rather not talk about it overall. That was my fault. I apologized to her right away as soon as I realized how that was being taken. And I obviously, I edited that out of the thing, right? But beyond that, it's like I would assume it's probably I was like negging her on camera for RP, or there was some other thing like she said some like Red Scare podcast tier shit, and I was like, that was dumb. Like I would assume it's got something to do with that too. I have no clue what it is though. I've asked her. Other people have asked her on and off camera. She can't give a real answer. Even me talking about it right now, I risk her trying to further the beef by like being like, you didn't talk to me, you didn't tell me, and it's like I did actually. It's one of those things where like because she acts in bad faith about it. No matter what I do, it just makes it worse, which again, like right now I'm taking a risk even talking about it. And then on top of that, I'm not gonna talk about it anymore because again, that's giving it power, right? But so, say whatever you want in the chat from this point on. I'm moving on from that, bottom line. I am Scott's press secretary, and we will not discuss Miss Letty or what may or may not have been said. We have no further comment at this time. Please respect Scott's privacy during this trying time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Press Secretary Neon. Thank you, sir. All right, let's see. We're gonna give it another minute or two just to see what happens.
But he also has some pictures of me looking pretty fucking fire and nice. That coat is, I need one. I feel like I need one.
I like it. I like the ones with like the big shoulders like that.
Yeah, I really.
What are they talking about? I figured they were talking about the Haley leaks. I figured they were talking about the Haley leaks. Now they're talking about their own fashion. Oh, Claire's playing Resident Evil 4. My brother-in-law plays this a lot. She closes the closet door. She's like, fuck it.
I love Miami.
Who's mad at her?
I look really small now.
She kind of does.
In the camera.
Wide angle lens or something like that. Somebody's in the bathroom. I don't know who. Probably, nope, that is Kato right there. That's probably Haley in the bathroom, I would assume. Oh, she got him. Holy shit. She got him first. Oh, fuck. Yo, thank you, Brian, for the dollar menu early access. Thank you so much, man. Oh yeah, fuck. I think I fucked up. I put up the Jason Mayhem Miller interview, and I think I might have only made it available to. Oh, I don't want to talk over this, but I think I may have only made it available for people in the $5 tier, which is a mistake.
She thinks Jacob's cute. She wants to fuck Jacob. She thinks Jacob's cute. No way.
Damn. Damn, bro. She better.
She just said she thinks he's cute, y'all. She thinks he's cute. She wants him.
This fucking idiot better have put that back in the place that she found it, almost exactly how she found it. You don't, like, if that was under the bed, you don't take it out from under the bed, read it, and be like, plop, right on top of the bed. You gotta let her think nobody's found it and nobody's read it. If this fucking idiot blows up the spot, I'm gonna be so mad, because then she's not gonna feel safe enough to write down anything. That's so stupid, dude. That's so fucking stupid. But anyway, yeah, that was a mistake, though. That was a mistake. I have to make that available to the $1 tier people as well. It is an early access video that's going out probably sometime next week, right? Everybody's gonna get to see the video, the thing. Scott Sneak Skill 100. And thank you very much, Brian, for upgrading to Wannabe Gumroad. Thank you so much, man. I meant what I did mean what I say though. When it comes to the Mayhem Miller interview, that's gonna be for the $1 tier as well. What I really gotta do as well, I really gotta get on uploading all the backlogged content from my Patreon to the channel, to the YouTube channel. That way you guys can see it too. I really gotta get on that. I apologize that hasn't been done yet. It's gonna happen though. I wanna see if I'm curious if she's gonna try and fuck with her at all. Haley leaks were just her husband going into a Discord raging about her. Yeah. I mean, I feel for the guy, you know, because like those apparent leaks from the DM and stuff like that. Like there was. Here's. Hold on. No, actually, I don't think I'll talk about it in detail. I think that's, you know, I don't think I need to be talking about it. Bottom line though, like I can understand his frustration. You know, even if it was just the joke, it's like if my wife, if my girlfriend, if my whoever was doing that on a reality show, even as a joke, I'd probably be pretty upset, you know. But then to figure out about all the other stuff is like, oof, ooh, ooh. You know. If you've seen a divorce, they're all the same, just trying to say how shitty the other person is and make dirt. Yeah, that's very true. You know, it's unfortunately that's the way it has to go because you have to, specifically as a man. What? Damn.
Are you, who else showered already? I showered.
Anyway, yeah, and unfortunately that's the way it has to be with, unfortunately that's kind of the way it has to be with, men specifically. Because, like, if you're a woman, all you have to do is say something happened and they believe you. But, like, as a man, you have to, like, absolutely positively, you have to have, like proof and then some, you know? And you like absolutely have to go hard as fuck trying to prove that your wife is like genuinely a piece of shit and she shouldn't have access to the kids, or at least she shouldn't have full custody of the kids with visitation optional, you know, that type of stuff. It's really disgusting. It's disgusting, and you know, if it's a bad spot to be in, you know, it's a really bad spot to be in. We don't know what he did, just saying divorce turns people into shit, so who knows? And that is the other thing, too, is like, well, what kind of guy is this, you know? And that's why I'm trying to stay out of it for the most part, is because it's like, what am I going to do? Fucking, you know, like, it's none of my business to get in the middle of that in the first place, you know? If he wanted to talk just to confirm my side of the story, which, like, you know, you guys know my side of the story, he and I wouldn't even have to talk, then it's like, all right, like, hey, man, I'm down to do what I think is the right thing in this situation. But other than that, I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear about the time you bought her this and she was like a bitch about it. I don't want to hear about the time she forgot your birthday. I don't want to hear about I don't want to hear it. And I don't want to hear it from her either. You know, it's none of my fucking business. Like, keep me out of it, you know. You came on a reality show with a husband, whether there was a divorce happening, whether the divorce was not gonna happen until that, whether there's no divorce and it was all just a big big joke. I don't want to know. Keep me out of it, you know. Children suffer the most. Oh yeah. Oh yes. You know, that's actually Pearl Davis. She told me about a project she was doing regarding divorce and homelessness. I don't know if I should say anything more than that. I'm sure she's probably talked about it. She's going to be there again today, I believe. I don't know when. What was I going to say? You know, she's working on a project on that. And, you know, I think that's going to be a pretty good project. You can say what you want about Pearl Davis. Truthfully, yesterday, she was a really chill girl. I had a good time talking to her. Also, like, a weird thing, I'll say this, like, without shame. actually a lot prettier than you would expect. She's really tall, like really tall chick. She's 6 feet. I'm 6 feet. We're the same height, right? But like people make fun of her looks and stuff like that. I think she's just kind of got my issue where I don't know how to take pictures. I have like a weird smile and shit like that, so I look bad. And then I stop smiling and I look worse. No, but there's a femininity. There's a certain class that she just has. She emanates a certain class that is actually kind of appealing, and it makes her pleasant to be around. Like I wanted to talk to her yesterday just because I was like, wow, this seems like someone I could talk to. That's kind of how it felt with Kaylee too when I was talking to her. I was like, well, I might as well see what this chick is about. She's on her way out, you know, of like whatever. And we ended up talking and like we actually kind of hit it off. We were like having a good conversation and I was enjoying hanging around with her while she was waiting for her Uber, you know? So like I think Pearl Davis gets a bit of a bad rap. Plus she likes to shit posts on Twitter, you know? I did get a follow back. Yesterday. I did get a follow back, so I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, so you know, there's that. I thought it was going to be a bunch of unfunny shit, and she gave us one of the best bits across all Fish Tank, Letty's diagnosis. Yeah, that was really good. She was really good. I can't wait to see what she's got in store for today. But with that said, I think I'm probably going to head out. There isn't a million and one things. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. 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 It's not like there's a million and one things happening right now. Our girl, Haley, is taking a shower, so, you know, it's boring now. Yeah, you know, fucking we'll go ahead and we'll head out for today. Hopefully you guys will see me in the tank later. There's more rooms, so I think it'll be easier for me to just walk in and hang out, right? Because when it was just them in one room, if I walked in, it's like, all right, now like I'm literally in there and you cannot escape me, and the women cannot escape me. So I'm in the ecosystem. I'm an invasive species, sort of, you know. It'll probably be easier for me to just go in there and run bits on my own and stuff like that. And then also we have a couple other bits and stuff like that planned, and stuff like that. You know, yeah, we have a couple more bits planned that are hopefully going to take place today. Hopefully Pearl is going to be involved in one of them. That'd be really cool. I'd love to run a play with her. You know, so we'll see how all that goes. We'll check in one last time just to see what everybody's up to. Clay. Oh, they found it. Dude, they found it. I think they found it. Let's go ahead and see. Yep. Just empty room. Oh, no. I thought it was an empty room. Did he say, Scott, I'll do that again? I don't know if he said something about me. No, he's trying to record an audio diary. That's funny as hell. He doesn't even know what show he's on. Oh, fuck, they were just showing. Alright, okay. We'll stick around a little bit more for this. We'll see what happens. If they don't start reading it out loud and giving us the tea, giving us that juice, we'll go ahead and we'll head out, you know. Did Allie leave? Nah, Allie's there. Oh, Trish is here? What's Trish doing here? Trish. Ew. Trish, there's no girls allowed in this stream, okay? There's no girls allowed. You gotta leave. You gotta leave right now. Alright? Don't be bringing your fucking cooties in here. Ew. No, what's going on though, Trish? You said you wanted to collab. We gotta collab again. It's just I don't know what we should collab over. I'm not good at You see the dating streams, the gaming streams and stuff like that, the game show streams. those are really not experiments. They are they're excuses for me to collab with people. I'm really bad at just being like, hey, you want to come on my stream? All right, let's come hang out. That to me feels weird. So that's why I don't hit up more people to collab all the time and stuff like that. But I am down to collab. If you have any ideas, feel free to hit me up. I'm down, you know. I got to keep an eye on you, and yes, I want to collab. Hell yeah. Yeah, like we'll both have to do some thinking. If anybody has any suggestions, any PG suggestions, all right, PG, please keep it PG. If anybody has any suggestions, though, feel free to hit me up about them. Feel free to hit me or her up about them. I'm down to do whatever. See, they're just silently reading right now. Like, you got to read it out loud.
Haley was my least favorite, but Shawty's starting to get a little bold for my liking. Oh.
Damn. You guys hear that?
No, she already kind of read some of this, but she like emitted some of the stuff that she said about me.
She emitted. How about a video on defense against pregnant women? Oh, man. Oh yeah, something else pretty big is happening today too. You'll see what it is later. Don't you guys worry. There's like a lot of good shit going on, which I think is part of the reason why, even though I was there the last couple of days, I wasn't on camera a ton, because there's just so much great shit going on that it's like, what am I gonna do? Walk in and be a redhead? Like, you got Pearl Davis in there, you got a big like Roblox streamer in there, and then, like I said, there's some other really, really good stuff coming up. So,
What does that say? Stop, what does that say?
She's a crush on Jacob.
She said Jacob's cute.
Yo, I thought she was joking.
She kept, like, begging him to come out of your fucking bed.
Dear Diaries, there's this new guy, Jacob. I think he's pretty cute. I don't think he likes me very much, but that's okay.
Last night was fun. They got me fancy sushi for my birthday. I miss Abby a lot. Pearl was here too. What a cunt. Hate that bitch. I wish Audubon was here, but I need to win this for Abby. That's all for now.
Damn. They're really, I thought Haley may have just been making that up about him thinking Jacob's cute.
He was trying to sleep in my bed last night, and I had to, like, physically reprimand him to get him out.
She had to physically remove him. That's pretty crazy. I'm going to give it like another 30 seconds for them to find something else. If not, if I do get in there today, I'll read word for word from day one up till now. She'll walk in, she'll see me reading it, and I'll fucking stiff arm her in the fucking forehead. I'll mash her nose into her face. I'll be like, I'll be like, and Grape Escape was actually really fun. I had a great time. I wish we could do it again. Fucking July 19th, The nightmare continues. Damn, Kato has a couple of pencil legs. She does. No, I don't think they're reading it anymore. Yeah, no, they're not reading it anymore. You see, this is even more stupid, because, like, why would you remove it from the room? Like
14, bro. Cool.
All right. We gotta see what happens here. We gotta see if Shotty mentions anything to him, or is she gonna try and fuck around? No, don't do this now. Okay.
Going on Sam Hyde's reality show. That's right.
I would assume she's gonna come in here and put it back. Yes. Alright. Okay. I'm waiting on it. I'm fucking waiting on it.
Soda or something?
Can you show the diary to the camera?
Huh?
Can you show the diary? Yeah. You did? Wait, did you actually hold it up?
Huh?
Did you hold it up?
Well, I have some pages.
Shotty, if you're gonna tell him, fucking tell him.
Yeah.
Don't fucking beat around the bush and wait for more farts to come.
You got to, bro. Close the door.
Yeah, I kept some of the more important parts.
Like what? Where she's crying about her. No, she doesn't. I read it.
I have that page too.
What page?
I'll show it to you.
Yeah, she ain't doing that good of a job. She could at least do jumping jacks.
Yeah. When did you read it?
The only thing jumping jacks do.
Last night.
Yeah, and then
Oh.
she wrote it. And she,
Maybe she added something.
maybe she wrote it today, I don't know. Let's check the date.
Ah, Shoddy, just fucking say it. You see, that's what I'm talking about with Shoddy is she tries to come in soft when she's trying to fuck with you, and then when you're like, yo, you're being a bitch, you're being like a legit pussy, that's when she starts getting ignorant in like a ghetto way, and that's kind of what I don't like about her. I'd literally rather her just be ghetto from like straight out. It's the being a pussy about it thing that makes me kind of dislike her overall, right? You know.
Everyone uses the bathroom too. So it's kind of open now.
Do you think production will get mad? I'm gonna try and DoorDash me Starbucks.
Oh, she ripped the page out of the diary? Yeah, good fucking idea, Shoddy. Now, these are supposed to be conniving bitches. They have no clue about trying to remain undetected. It's like, wow. Wow. Fucking, we got 135 IQ Claire leaving her fucking diary underneath a mattress. Yeah, good one. Fucking fool. And then we got the, I would assume, 80 IQ dunces who are all reading their diary. They can barely read it. Fucking, they're like, CAT, what's that spell? Sat? Sat? What, cat? What do you mean cat? No, cat has a K. Fucking, it's like, holy shit.
Major fracture detected. Automatic medical systems engaged.
See, she said she tore it out of the book, so I'm kind of like, you know?
They really did take 2 pages.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a
Fucking
theory
idiots.
that it's gonna be them writing it to try and like gaslight me. I might play along just to like get on their good side.
Is that Turkey Tom? It is.
Wait, gaslighting Claire.
Remember to like and subscribe to the channel for more great content. Scott doesn't support Ginger from Mass. He needs your support. Thank you very much, Neon. And yes, please, everybody, like, subscribe. Send me booty pics. Just kidding. Don't do that. I'm probably going to get tons of them now. From guys only, I'm sure. Thank you guys so much. I do got to go, though. I do got to go.
Can you Google a video game guide for me?
No.
All right.
Please, Google
I'll catch you guys later. Thank you so much. Peace out.